This weekend, or today, it's May the 4th, and with the Open Hearth, we are playing a bunch of Star Wars games, almost none of which were designed for Star Wars, but hell, that's how we roll. So my name is Donna, my pronouns are he, him. I'm facilitating the game. The game we're playing today is Butterflies and Hurricanes. It is a game about broken promises, inspired by works of Makoto Shinkai and written by Joanna Bosley. Today, I'll start with the character intros. My character is called Quell Shard, and she is the responsible one. And her future is to be left behind because being left alone in our hometown while all my friends go off to do great things is just my fate in this world. Let's go right to left in character keeper order for everyone else's intros.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Mads, she, they pronouns. I'll be playing Gwyn Tareth, she, her. I'm the sleepy, lazy friend, and yeah, somehow in the future I'll be traveling to a remote location for a prestigious, highly classified research program. We'll see.
Hi, my name's Steven. My pronouns are he, him. And today I'm playing Bon Jala, who is a Rhodian. Um, those are the green people with the little antenna things. And I am the stoic friend with a speeder, and my future is military. And we're going to have our first Ask First on the safety tab. Um, racism and speciesism is an Ask First, and I wanted to verify the Empire is very racist. They only really like humans. And um, is it okay if I am very anti-Empire because of that speciesism? Does anyone have any issues?
I'm okay with that. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
I don't have any issues. This presumably
If I
means
if I
that. Sorry, go ahead, Stephen.
I was
I was
going to
going to
say
say,
if I step over the if I step over the line, just X card me. Okay.
no, that makes perfect sense to me. I just wanted to clarify when you say join the military, presumably then you mean the rebellion, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Obvious question, but just needed to make it. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Stephen. Rich.
Hello. Let me pause my intro to take a sip of some blue milk. Mm. Oh, it's very sweet. It's very sweet. I will be playing Matthias Killian, who is a human. I can't believe I thought I'd be the token human. I mean, we can make whatever we want, and usually Star Wars folks in RPGs they never play humans. So boy, was I surprised to find out that we have a token Rhodian. But hey, I'm the scruffy looking nerf herder, which was a make up your own. And the future is that I'm expected to live the family member. I think Matthias and the Killian uh, clan are ne'er do wells, and they're a little scuzzy, and he's expected to take up the family work, which I think is a cover of some kind of restaurant, but really is a smuggling operation. So that's the expectation that once he's done with school, they put up with that little go to school idea with him long enough. It's time to earn his expectation.
Are you nerf herding now while you're in school, or
Oh
you?
no, it's just a praise nerf herder. Like, oh, he's a scruffy looking nerf herder, but actually, he's a scuzzy guy
Oh,
and who works at a restaurant while going to
got it.
school.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Uh, so I guess we're old friends somehow, right? And this is our last summer together, if indeed we could describe uh, Tatooine as having summers. I guess it does, right? But regardless, after this season, we'll be going off to our various features. So we're each going to take turns around the table. Uh, at the start of your turn, I'll go first. We draw two cards from the deck. Each of these cards represents a promise uh, we make to each other. Depending on the card, it might be like a one to one or a one to many promise. Each card has an event and a series of questions associated with it. Depending on the suit, it may mean something different. It could be a future card. It could be like something that's happening, or maybe bringing our future closer than expected. So over in the cards room, I'm going to draw my first two cards. I'm going to read out the general promise for them, and then I'm going to decide which of those two I'm taking. So the Eight of Spades. Let me just get to that. The Eight of Spades is news, and it's now I remember why. Oh, sorry. Now you remember why you're doing all this, and the question is something bad happens, which reminds you why you're pursuing this feature, which reminds you why are you pursuing it. Okay. And I think this is not one I get to put away. This is one I have to play immediately. And the other one is the Six of Hearts, which is, scroll back up. I'll have my birthday with all of you. And the questions are, how does your birthday usually go? Is it usually a good day for you? What do you plan for your birthday? Who brings gifts, major life events, and so on. So I guess I am leaving the birthday in my promises, and yeah, I guess I am gonna do the feature thing. So the Eight of Spades. This future deal seems like a bit of a downer, but I guess that's how I'm rolling. That's how Quell rolls. I think, and maybe to bring this into you, I'm supposed to like meet up with people to kick off whatever shenanigans we have planned, but I think we see Quell getting called back when she's like about to jump on her speeder bike to go into town. And it's like a parent who's sick, and I've got to do some work around the house, maybe some work on the moisture farms. Maybe they need to be turned before the dew fills up. And yeah, it's a real downer. I mean, I think I'm about to complain, but then I know how this goes every time. It's like I get told how irresponsible I am if I really want to do stuff with my friends. And this is really important, and we can't live through the summer if we don't get this done now. And yeah, stuff that I've heard a million times before. I think we see Quell nod, kick her helmet to the curb, so to speak, and then go out to turn over those moisture farmers or moisture reclaimers. And that takes, I guess, most of the evening. And wherever we're supposed to meet up, I'm either late or don't show up again. So yeah, I've gotta stick around, because if it's not me, it is this family is gonna not be here next year, I guess, is the way I understand it. So that's an upbeat starter, right? Um, does anyone have any questions that they want to see, or see any extra interaction on that? Maybe someone drops by to pick me up, but I have to tell them that I can't do it. What do you think?
So just mechanically, you draw a card and then you have that as a promise that you break. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so here, because I drew a spade, which is a feature card, which is something that happens automatically.
Hmm.
So the hearts go into your personal deck, and the diamonds and the clubs are group cards. So if you don't fulfill that promise, it just goes into the group for someone else to maybe pick it up in a future turn. So yeah, so if you pick up like two hearts, say, one of them is going to go into your personal deck for the future, and then one is going to go kind of unresolved. Sorry, one's going to go into your feature deck to be unresolved right now, and the other one you're going to act on. So I'm going to maybe do the hearts thing after we wrap up this particular scene because I'll still have made this promise um, that I'll have my birthday with all of you, but obviously I'm not showing up to my own birthday, right? Just to be completely harsh.
Oh gosh.
And do you mark either of those cards in the promises below?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick those out, um, and I'm going to mark the one that I have kind of acted on, just to kind of keep it straight. So,
Okay.
um,
And just from my understanding, how do you know which promise you break?
so if I tick a box next to one, it's I've kind of fulfilled that card, right?
Okay.
But I guess what we can do is, if something is still on the board, so still in the group's deck of promises, or still on the your personal deck of promises, it hasn't been acted upon. But obviously, just in terms of tracking what you have done, you can bring it down to your hand. So I've like brought the eight of spades into my hand because
Hmm.
I've kind of
You did it.
fulfilled that one, even if it's
Okay.
not a promise per se.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So yeah. So I don't know if anyone has anything to add to this. So I think maybe we go to the promise that I don't fulfill right now. Maybe today is my birthday, but I think it makes the most sense if it is my birthday because I haven't showed up to this. Um,
Can I
Prearranged
add a
or
prompt?
yeah.
How about if so we were all supposed to have your birthday with together, and I think the three of us show up in my speeder, and we're here to pick you up. Like we have prearranged plans, and you
Yeah.
have to explain to us now. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you have to come out to me working on the moisture collector, right?
All
Um,
right. We stop by your home, and
mhm.
your folks, send us out, into the field for you.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I, stand up as I hear the speeder approach and like I sigh and shake my head to myself and, yeah, I hate this. uh, yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Uh, Sorry guys. I've gotta take care of this. Yeah.
It's not. It's not something you can leave till later. I
Hey,
mean,
the moisture point is finite, and if it's not done now, we lose out the whole night's harvest.
Oh, you got some droids to take care of this for you. Do you need me to reach out? The sandcrawler's just a few clicks away. Maybe we could grab a few. Then we'll swap it out. It'll be fine.
The droids can't handle these old moisture units. Like
Sure
no,
they can. They just have to update their programming.
they,
I'm
they
sure the Jawa's got something perfect for. Come on.
something that's running on Sector 2 software instead of the latest 11.
Well, just sneak out for a little bit. It'll still be fine later, right? I can't believe this. You,
How how long is this going to take?
Like 4 or 5 hours maybe. Listen, I'll come in, or maybe we can meet up tomorrow, or next week.
I mean, I think we left all the gifts at the other place. Yeah. I mean, you sure you can't just come out for just a little while? I mean, it won't be that long, right? Just come out, have a good time, you know, just spend some time with us and then you can get back to it.
So what one option would be, why don't we all help out? And I think we have a flashback to we don't know what we're doing on a moisture farm, so that would be a bad idea, Quell. So we could all help out, and I actually head in the direction of like one of the moisture evaporators towers.
Sure, how hard could it be?
Oh, and then like, Gwen's like just looking like, oh, I don't know. This looks like such. We might mess it up. Like she's looking like, nah, I don't want to help out at all. Oh, can I wait back in the speeder? So,
Yeah, I mean, if we want to really plug that aspect hard, like maybe I do let you help out, but then things start to go off the rails, and I've got to work even longer to fix the problems.
Terrible.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think, Rich? Do we see Matthias kind of dragging people in one direction or another?
I do think we try. Can folks do renames? I'm gonna have trouble remembering names otherwise. I think Bon and Matthias work together for a bit as Gwen heads back and plays some music on the speeder. But then I strip a bolt on the evaporator. It's one of those weird antenna looking things, right? I strip a bolt on it and it starts leaking out some of the moisture that it's supposed to be capturing. Uh, we should head. Ooh, this is not good. Hey, I could talk to Watto. That's no problem. We can replace that. Just here, pull out a little cantina. I'll just, we'll fill it up this way. Spraying and making a big mess.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I don't know, like it's midnight or after midnight, and I finally kind of get rid of you all, and I've still got like several hours of work ahead of me. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Um, Great, great. So the game envisages that each turn is like 3 or 4 days, but if we want to do something the next day or like a full week later or whatever makes the most sense for us, we can do that. So Mads, do you wanna draw 2 cards and
sure.
see what you get?
Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, 4 of diamonds. Let me put this into your. Uh, looks like all group stuff if the diamonds are an indicator.
Yeah.
So, give me a second.
So diamonds are group cards.
Okay, we'll check out the festivals in town for that. And then what's number two? That would be we can go to our favorite restaurant. Oh, yeah, I mean, like, considering Gwen is like sleepy and lazy, she's probably gonna want to do the restaurant first. Um, like it's all about food. So
i-
let's see.
Is this
Um,
Matthias's restaurant or is it a different restaurant?
Yeah,
mm,
it's gotta. What do you think? I mean, I would be offended if it's not my restaurant,
oh,
but
that's
you could
true.
totally not choose.
Well, I mean, like I think she's gonna be kind of like just like like laissez-faire about it. It's like yeah, sure, it's totally Matthias's restaurant for sure. The family restaurant. Okay, so let's see. That's the group deck of promises.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you're going to do that one, you can take that into your hand, and then the other one goes
Oh,
into the
okay.
group text promises. So,
Okay.
so, so
Great.
anyone can do that in the future. So that's like a
Great.
promise we made ourselves.
Okay.
So anyone can fill that promise in the future, even though you drew it.
Okay.
But you are, you're making sure we all turn up to our favorite restaurant.
Oh yeah, sure. And like, again, is the point for everybody to kind of like break it in some way? I mean, is is that what it is?
Well,
Um,
so for the festival, I guess we are not fulfilling that right now.
right.
So it's kind of a potentially broken promise, right?
Okay. Okay.
But the favorite restaurant one is one we're fulfilling right now.
Okay.
So in a
Okay.
scene. So yeah.
All right, cool. Okay. So, yeah, what kind of restaurant is the Matthias's family's restaurant?
Ooh, that's a great question. Oh, what is something like? Do they
Is it
serve
like
bantha steaks,
is it
or is
or like,
this?
yeah, is it meat based? Is it like kind of like a teppanyaki where it's like there's a spectacle and a show like, with the food? Is it um barbecue? Like what is it? Um
Hmm. Hmm. Even Donna have any Star Warsy food related stuff that interests you?
I mean,
or is it
all of
music and
the
cat and bistro food?
The Killian Cantina, I think, is
Mm,
what it's
mm, mm.
called at least.
Fun. Okay.
I was actually looking as
With lots of blue milk, I'm assuming.
of course, I get it basically free, so I always have a little bit with me. Let's say, as I'm looking through the Black Spire cookbook, uh, their specialty is I think bantha steaks and stuffed puffer pig are the two main things. So meat based,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
yeah, I think there's lots of party rooms slash back rooms, areas where nefarious things can take place, but that the front main house is very bright. They have live music playing. They even have like a little hollow posters. That at one time they had the Max Rebo band come through on its way to play for Jabba, that kind of thing.
They did this as a warm up, yeah. But
No, no, not a warm up.
oh,
No,
okay.
this we were the main, and then Jabba heard about it and asked them to play more. That's what I always
Nice.
say.
Okay. Yeah, so I think maybe the scene is it's like, we're actually going to the restaurant, it's just like one of those like uh I don't know the days of the week in Star Wars universe, so whatever regular week day that we go just for funsies, and it's like we're toasting with blue milk or any other like concoction, and we're having the orders of the steaming platters like set out in front of us and such, and just digging in. And then the prompt here that's amazing is everyone gets into a heated debate about something totally stupid. What is it about? What would be stupid in
I
this?
don't like blue milk.
Oh shit! We're
Wow.
drunk off of something then. Why would you
Oh,
say that?
It's just it's just too much. I mean, I just it's too sweet. I don't like it.
Maybe you're saying
Just
that
give
because
me
we're eating a lot of meat with it. I mean, maybe you'll be fine if we had, I don't know, some
this
dessert or
is.
something. I
Mm,
mean, what?
Don is just saying that because it's popular and he doesn't like popular things.
Oh, come on, Bon. It's really good. I mean,
don't let my sisters hear you say that, okay? Then we'll
oh,
be
they'll kill
fine. But
you. Oh God.
We'll get charged not family and friends rates.
Oh shit.
oh,
No,
so good,
no.
so good, Bond. You just don't know what you're talking about. But here, I'll get you a Dagua slug slinger. We will have the blue milk, which is customary, and you can just break the custom. Whatever.
I mean, it is
That's
kind of
fine.
sweet though,
That's
right?
fine.
You're not making him.
Yeah.
You're not making them
Blue
feel
milk is for
guilty because they're not.
kids.
You're, Tyus, don't make them feel guilty for not drinking the house specialty. Come on, that's not fair.
I don't have to be fair. It's my restaurant.
Maybe Bond tastes it different than we do. I mean,
Maybe. I've known lots of Rhodians who love blue milk. I think it's just a Bond thing.
is it a Bond thing, Bond? I mean,
Well, of course. I mean, everything's a Bond thing. So what are we gonna do now? I mean, are you saying that I have to have the blue milk?
No, I'm not saying that. We'll save it for people who
Okay,
appreciate who have good taste. You can
good,
have
good.
whatever. You want some bugs? Maybe there's some bugs outside. I could go get some bugs. Hold on. And I
Don't be
Matthias, no, come
offensive.
on.
not actually going to bring back bugs into the restaurant. That could
Right.
be a
Well, I
health
mean, like your
violation.
sisters will kill you. Yeah, but I mean, like
There's a lot of imperial standards now that we have to live up to. We didn't have to worry about before.
that's not Bond's fault.
Okay, well, just more for us.
I mean, just yeah, and then describe your position in the debate and how does it resolve? Oh man. Um, I think there's a particular like silence, obviously, after this little argument, and I think when they bring out the blue milk and then the slug slinger next, I think it's like whomever's serving us. I don't know if it's one of your family, Matthias, but I mean they're gonna notice that they're pretty quiet. It's like shit. We were just like having a laugh over something else, and it's like now we're like really quiet. Um, and I think Gwen will take up her glass of blue milk and just kind of like, gently toast. And it's like, to being together for this meal.
And Bond picks up his glass that's different from everyone else's and says, "Together."
Together.
I mean, what color is Nerf milk? That's what I want to know,
Oh,
right?
God.
Ooh, I think Nerf milk is like a pinkish hue. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
fair.
Very different. But anyway, yeah. So I imagine that we would toast.
Have have we had this argument before? Is this completely new, I wonder?
I mean, are we, since it's like 3 to 4 days after, are we coming out fresh from Quell, having to have worked on their birthday. We had plans and all this kind of stuff. It's like, are we like coming up with a little bit of tension from that? I mean,
I'm sure.
yeah,
Maybe this is kind of the makeup birthday party that isn't really the birthday party, you know.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So I think that's how it pretty much resolves. It's like we kind of have a little quiet toast as opposed to our usual boisterous, like, hey, like we're just having a good time with like, meat and milk.
Mhm, mhm.
So
Yeah. Uh, okay. Great.
yeah.
Um, so
Oh, and
yeah,
I think also too, it's like, I think this is the opportunity for just to kind of like help overlap it. I think this is where Gwen will sneak over the present that she was going to give you, Quell, and say it's like, sorry it didn't work out the other day. Here, here's your present. Kind of had it.
it's like, aren't you supposed to be like some really smart scientist person, right?
I guess. I mean, if I do if I do more than standard work, then I'm working too hard. Why would I want to do that? Really? You know?
I guess those old muster units don't have manuals anymore.
No, they don't. It requires too much work to think about it. I'm sorry. But I
Mm,
mean, and then what, like your present from Gwen is a like one of those multi tools for out in the field. It would have been great. Sorry, but that's basically what she gives you. So sorry I didn't
okay.
have this handy the other day. Sorry.
Okay. So, I'm looking at the time. We're 5 to the hour. Do you want to take a quick break now before we jump into another scene?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So we're back, and I guess Stephen, let's get you to draw a couple of cards, and then see what Bone gets up to.
Okay. I got a 5 of hearts, which is I'll cook for everyone. You cook a recipe which you think everyone will like. What do you cook? And then the other is the 7 of clubs, which is we can go stargazing together. Okay, let's do the 7 of clubs. I'll put the 5 of hearts. Uh, the 5 of hearts is a personal one. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'll put
personal.
that in my hand.
Yeah, up on your deck of promises, because you can still revisit that in future.
Yeah, yeah. And then the 7 of clubs
Is the
is we
one
all
we're
go.
fulfilling? Yeah. So
Yep,
that
that's
one you
right.
can take into your hand.
Okay, and we all go stargazing together. Me, this, and the prompts for that are make a random shape with your hands and ask a friend what they think it looks like. And then how do you feel about your friend's future and have you ever told them? Um, so I think we should make random things with our hands.
Where do you think we go for stargazing? Is there like a place that we go to, like an outcrop or in the deep desert, to get away from that hideous light pollution? What do you think?
So I think that we go back to your farm, because it's away from like out in the fields, it's away from, all of the city and all that kind of stuff where it'd be hard to see things. Um, I think uh and let's see. Maybe it's after you've gotten off work. It's another one of those days where you've had to work late.
Mhm.
Um, and we go out there just to see, um, just to visit, just to chit chat. Because we don't have really, again, I think there were plans that we had that didn't get met, and we wanted to see you.
Yeah. So who wants to start with their weird shape hand thing?
I'll start. Any suggestions?
I don't know. What's a rabbit-like creature in Star Wars universe?
It's like a leppy.
Lippy. Okay.
So that's the running leppy, then.
Yeah, the running leppy reminds me of that girl Tevi Mosespa. Remember her, right?
Because
Yeah,
she had
she ran like a
floppy
little shop.
ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I heard she like got off planet and made a fortune. Like once
Mm.
she left, she wasn't stuck here anymore.
It's not so bad to be stuck here. Right, Quell?
Yeah, it's real peachy, you know.
You take over the farm, you can hire some droids and get them programmed to the sector designates, and you'll be fine. It's just your parents are too cheap. To make money, you gotta spend money. It's
Yeah,
the Killian
yeah,
way.
that is
Says
the
the guy
killing
who
way.
says the guy who was born into a rich business.
I can't help that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
What am
but
I
I
it's not
supposed
mean,
to
always as
do?
easy as you think.
to do the spending of the money, you have to have the money to start with, right? That's the problem.
Well, maybe when I'm running the restaurant, I'll make a few investments. Maybe you could provide us moist. I don't know. Your farm doesn't really have much. Well, we'll figure it out. Maybe you could just work there. You could just work at the farm, or I mean, at my restaurant. Just work at the Killian's Cantina. You could sing, right? Dance.
I think I would really love, and I think there's like a sideward glance to the others, to have you as a boss, Matthias.
The best boss. Quell and the Shards. I could see it now. We'll do you up like Max Rebo, except
Less
less
Max.
Ortolans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gwen's still looking up at the stars at the, looking for the shape that that Bond made, and it's like she's kind of saying, "But I mean, is that how you want to leave and make your mark, Bond? I mean, do you want to go into whatever that business was and make tons of money?"
No. Um, I don't think it's easy for people like me to make money. I think we have to set things right. And I think I'm going to have to fight so that my kids have a chance to make money. Have you not seen how hard it is around here for people who are different?
She will turn her head to actually look straight at you and go, "Yeah, it's not. If you don't already have some kind of established business and have or
I
some
don't
great
think he's
plan."
talking about business, Gwen.
No,
He's talking about what the Empire's doing. You're out on the outer rim, Bond. You want to go somewhere else? It's not going to get any better. This is as good as it gets.
Says the world travel. I'm sure you've been everywhere in the galaxy. I mean, it's got to get better than this.
yeah. I mean,
But Bond, here, like, I mean, nobody really cares that you're a Rhodian, right? But in
Well, none of y'all do, but sure, there's people, especially with the Empire coming in more and more.
hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you go corewards, like, it's like that already, and worse.
I think maybe it requires, yeah, jumping to some other space and making your way outside of this sphere and, trying something different, something new.
Yeah. Right. So, um, are you with me, Glenn? Do you want to go? Are you gonna share my travels? I mean, I need a close friend.
I mean, I can definitely see myself traveling. I mean, but
A lot of work, Gwen.
that's true. But I mean, there's ways to do it. Like you attach yourself to a program to do research. I mean, research isn't that bad, especially when you know where to look, especially when you know what folks could be looking for. So yeah,
If
I
you're
mean, I
looking
can.
for a government contract, it better have some military use. They're only fast tracking stuff that the Empire can use to keep us safe.
Yeah, but there's private programs too that seem to be footing some research as well. Maybe they're back to the government. I don't know, but I mean, I've actually heard. I've actually gotten an offer or two. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, travel. But they're talking about being highly classified. Sure. So we'll see.
How about you, Quell and Matthias? Well, Matthias, I think you're gonna stay with the restaurant, right? I mean, you're not gonna want to leave. I mean, you could franchise and take out, you know, take the restaurant out into the stars and like start up your own place.
But somebody's got to run the flagship headquarters here.
That's what he's got sisters for.
All right, yeah, I don't know, man. I think Bond. I know you don't like it here, but I think it's as good as it gets. It's pretty good. Quell and I will stick around. You guys will keep circling back. You're going to eventually settle here. Nobody really leaves Tatooine.
I
And
could
you,
see that.
Quell, are you happy here? Is this where you see yourself in 5 years?
Those are two entirely different questions, my friend. Yeah, I think I'll be here in 5 years. I'm not sure what other options I've got. But maybe in 5 years we'll finally have saved enough to have a droid, right?
Or maybe you'll get investment in your family farm and can get new equipment and such. Or you know, uh, more technology.
Hmm. Investment usually means the hut.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you don't want to go that route, huh? That's risky.
It's not that risky if it's a sure thing that you're going to end up, you know, nerfed.
Yeah, like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, well, miss out on one payment and see how you feel about them, Matthias.
If you're in trouble, just let me know.
Sounds like Matthias has got an in.
No, we have connections. If you're
Mhm.
in trouble, let me know.
I hear the Huts love that special secret recipe Killian sauce.
Can't talk about that. But yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll get paid to do. Researching the highly classified secret sauce.
So Bond, where would you go? Do
Military
you
grade hot sauce.
That's right. Bond, you talk like you know where you want to go. What's better than here?
Someplace trying to make the galaxy a better place. Um, just eking out here isn't going to cut it. But I think if you work real hard and you fight real hard, it can be better. It can be better than what we've got here.
I don't know, Bond. You fight real hard, they just throw more stormtroopers at you. Do you want a brigade here? We are not worth the Empire's notice. There's just not enough here for them to care until we make them care. And what do you get out of making them care? You get dead.
So maybe you don't have to be here. Then it doesn't draw them here.
Hmm. Maybe.
So what do you have your big eyes set, your future set on? Are you going to be running that restaurant for the rest of your life? Serving blue milk to, yeah.
Thankful customers. Thankful
Big
customers who are
kids.
happy
But
to
I was going
have
to say
blue
why?
milk.
babies, but yeah.
But why couldn't you leave, Matthias? I mean, your sisters could run the biz, right?
Oh, they've been trying to cut me out for years. No, thank you. No, this is where the credits are. Killian's is good. And hey, you got when you mentioned that franchising, the idea of opening other restaurants, most Espa, we could head over to Anchorhead. They sure as hell need something. But yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
Just thinking that flagship restaurant, and then taking it out into the galaxy. That's a
Maybe.
thought.
We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Got a lot of good suppliers here. We got the network set up. Man, no, we got it good here. Not as good as we want, maybe. Not everybody, but Tatooine's not so bad.
So, have we? I think we might have fulfilled the prompt to talk about everyone's future,
I
Yeah.
think so.
but less so on the shapes. Um, what do you think, Stephen? Do you want to see what shapes we have, or do you think we've fulfilled the scene?
Um, I think that the shapes that we went through, or the one shape that we went through, led us into talking about the future. So I think that's good enough.
Okay.
Unless someone wants to throw out weird hand shapes, and then we can make up more star things from them. Yeah, I'm fine with moving on.
Okay. Yeah. So, Rich, let's move on to you for your
Okay.
cards.
Okay, so I draw out two cards, flip them. We have you said diamonds are shared?
Um, yeah. So diamonds are
We go to the beach.
diamonds are groups cards, and then a spade is a future, which kind of you go through by default
Oh,
instead
you
of
have
the
to you have to play a
you have
spade
to
immediately.
yeah you have to do your spade because
Oh,
it's your feature.
oh shit.
I won't say feature badness, but TM
Oh, weird.
Apocalypse World.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Looks like this thing was looking at a double reference. Sorry about that. Okay. So the seven is the one I have to play.
Yeah.
I have to leave early. Oh, interesting. Because that is not what I expected to leave. That sounds good. I like it.
So it says like 2 weeks early. So depending on how long so that's like 4 turns early. So like basically one of your turns early. So um, I guess we can kind of hand wave exactly that. But the news that you're leaving early, especially seeing you said my sister's been trying to get me out of this business forever. You know,
Uh-huh.
Oh no! Like you have to like you have to do that cutting off of the corporate takeover or something like that. Oh no!
Okay. Um, hmm. Interesting news. You have to leave early. I have some ideas, but
Oh, I have an idea too, but I didn't like if you wanted to hear it and put it in your back pocket, it's like
sure.
I was thinking it's like maybe your sisters are unmarried, and then the one sister is going to get married fairly soon, like or like affianced and like getting married very soon, because the person that she's marrying is like uh, a hut or somebody equally powerful that would definitely push you out if they had a foothold, in your family. Maybe that's why you have to leave early. I don't know. I mean, that sounds too Godfather esque.
I'll, it's interesting. Let me ponder on it. I was actually thinking the leave early could be something along the lines of one of Matthias's parents is arrested by the Empire for spy stealing.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's good
Yeah,
too. That's absolutely good.
yeah, I think I'll go with that. It's news, so there isn't really a frame for a scene.
But do you think we should, like, get the news together, or maybe one of us meets up with you having heard the news on the grapevine, you know?
That's I kind of like the idea that it's news you guys get recently, and then I show up into the scene after you've had a chance to talk about it. Does that sound okay to folks?
How about
Sounds
if
good.
the how about if we all get together and then we head towards the restaurant,
Yeah.
and that's where you would be. So I think,
Oh, I like that.
yeah, I picked Quell and Gwen up in my speeder, and I'm like, now we know where all that money came from. I mean,
I,
Spy stealing. Like,
I,
I joked about the secret sauce being spicy, but
well,
what?
I
nobody even thought that's what would happen. So
No.
so they are working with the hut, right? Because no one would deal spice here without giving them a cut or
They're
having their blessing, right?
right. Oh man. Their family was in deep. Didn't know how deep. Shit.
No, what happens if you're caught? Like, what happens now? Where do the Empire keep people they catch for smuggling or whatever?
Did they exile him to a different planet for I don't know.
maybe they recruited him, and he's now got to fight.
Oh
Maybe
shit.
they put him in the one of those white armor outfits,
Like brainwash them?
Oh man.
or just pushed him in, and said, "It's either this or we shoot you." I mean, they're not
But it's
they're not going
spice,
to be
Bon.
nice.
I mean, that's it. Just seems unreal. How do you think Matthias is taking it?
Well, that's why we're headed there. Um,
Okay.
I think so. I think we get to the restaurant and we go
Hmm.
in, and like it's dead. Like it used to be a real hopping business, and now nobody really wants to go. But we show up.
Because we're foolish teens.
Where are you? Are you in the front, Matthias, or are you in the back?
Uh, I like being there. For some reason, I'm imagining there's like a roast pit off to one side, right? So he's at the roast pit with a big fire, sweat pouring down his face, and they're keeping things warm, but they didn't expect for people to just stop showing up. So they have a bunch of meat that has already been cooked. Hey,
Hey.
you guys came by. Hey, listen, on the house, come. And he tries
No,
to gesture
no.
you over to the little bar area that folks normally the waitresses will the servers will get the food to carry out, and he starts trying to plate up some of the bantha meat and
No. I mean, it's on me today. It's fine. I. She's
And
looking real uncomfortable, but she's
yeah,
like, she's offering. It's like, it's on me today. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I'll pay.
how,
okay, we
how are you doing today? You doing okay?
have better days. I guess you all heard my mom got in a little trouble. It's fine. We already have a barrister. Uh, it's gonna work out. Don't
I
worry.
didn't believe it. I mean, oh,
It's trumped up. It's not real. You know, it's
Of
probably
course.
Watto probably sold us out. He's always wanted this portion, try to set up a new, junkyard. It's fine. Everything will be fine once they see we're not a problem.
No. Probably just blown out of proportion, right? Just
Of course, we're no danger.
Are we gonna see like Imperials here, like digging through your stuff?
Dad's meeting with them. We're working through some stuff. It'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. Our hands
okay.
are clean. We're not stupid.
Just wanted to make sure that you were okay.
Of course I'm okay. Of course I'm okay. Thanks. This appreciate it. It's not needed. Not everything's fine.
I think I lean over to the sister that's running the bar, and I order us all a round of blue milk, including me. And, you know,
Oh my
I
God! Now
think
you're pandering, Bond. Come
and
on.
and I hand you the milk. Yeah.
Oh, suck it up and take the good gesture, Matthias.
Listen. If who knows? Maybe I should work on this whole new venture thing you guys were all so excited about. Yeah, canteen on a space station. Maybe an asteroid field. Ooh.
You always wanted to get your family name out there. That would be a better way.
Diversification, I guess.
Not the kind of day I expected, but hey, Mom will be fine.
Okay.
Don't you guys worry.
Only
Well, I'm
about
sure
you.
whenever I'm out there, I'll be sure and stop by your place. It'll be
Yeah,
good to have some place like home out there.
Killian's, for sure. 2 Killians. Toasting
billions.
with blue milk.
Toast as well. And I pause to look at see if Bond actually drinks any of his blue milk or if he fakes it.
Does he drink it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he drinks it. He drinks it with a fake smile. Oh, yeah.
I wonder, like, do his ears curl in or his antennas
Oh
curl in with the
no.
trying to keep his grimace away?
Maybe they turned a little different color because you're like, oh, sucking this down. Ah.
I think it's something that most people wouldn't notice, but y'all have been around me for long enough that you know that when you see those antennas droop a little bit, it's not, it's like whenever I got in trouble in class and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, and I think under the cover of the glass, I think Gwen will kind of like nudge you a little bit, Bon, and just say, it's like, you're being a good friend.
We have to stick together. What else do we have?
And she just nods.
Matthias does not. It doesn't say we need to really. You have 2 weeks to leave. You leave town on a certain mechanical turn,
Mhm.
so we can end the scene whenever Matthias does not want to talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And I think
that's
I
fine.
like the idea of some stormtroopers showing up and they're gonna go in the back. They've got an order to like go through everything.
When I like the idea that they come in and they see all the meat roasting and they, serve themselves.
the text for the search. Yeah.
So we rock
Yeah,
there
I'm good
and
with that
move
scene.
on. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So let me draw a couple of cards. Uh, okay, so I have a choice. The Jack of Clubs is we help each other chase our dreams no matter where they take us. And the Two of Hearts is I'll have you over for movies or vids or hollows or whatever you call it. um, I think I think over for movies is where I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna leave the helping each other chase our dreams in unfulfilled for now. So yeah, I think yeah, I mean maybe it's something as childish as like having a free house. You know, both my parent is away, and maybe I've done my work early, and I've told you all to come over to watch some old classic Hollow that we watched when we were younger. Maybe not too much younger, but you know, something that we thought was a classic and we haven't seen in years. Um, so the prompts here are: how has your life at home changed since you were a kid, and what kind of movie do you watch? So I think I've already described the movie. Um, Maybe it's like the movie is something kind of, is it like heroic from the Clone War days, or maybe it's kind of tinged with this. When we were kids, we didn't notice the kind of proto-imperial propaganda, but um,
The Star Wars version of Starship Troopers.
yeah.
Except it's not satire and we didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, it's not satire.
It's
Yeah,
very much propaganda, sure.
yeah. And I think I'm not like I think maybe certainly since you have last been here for like an extended period of time, there's maybe a lot more junk or maybe medical paraphernalia around the place. Just signs of Quell's kind of parents' illness or something like this. Um, but I think like in terms of what's changed, like the decor has not had anything done to it in those like last few years. It is the paint is peeling, the cracks in the wall have gotten bigger, all this kind of stuff. It's a bit more rundown. So the prompt for us is, how do you feel about the movie and your visit? But maybe we can see how that comes out in the scene. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm wondering maybe if we're like 5 or 10 minutes into the movie, is this maybe where Bond sees the first egregious kind of imperial flag waving moment?
And, I think as the movie starts up, I'm like, oh yeah, Fives is my favorite, right? He's like the best, he's the he's the hero, right? Nobody else thinks so, but he's like, and then I see, um, what would be a good thing? Um, I think we see him, take over, like, he just, you know, he leads a troop that take over like a little village. And whenever we were kids, we were like, oh, of course they all just welcome them in. And now I'm seeing it with a different light.
Mhm. I think your um, antennae get like that weird, like, droop again, and I think Gwyn kind of notices and just says, Vaughn, are you okay?
It's, did, did they change this? I mean, this isn't the. Is this the same thing we saw whenever we were kids?
Yeah. I mean,
It's
why
the
would they
exact
change
same
it?
laser disc from like
Right.
4 years ago.
Why would they change it?
Just don't remember it being like this. I mean, they just took over. I thought that they were helping, but it looks different now. I look over at Matthias because I think we've actually seen some of the clone troopers like go in and just kind of take over like a restaurant or something like that. And I look over to see if it's, you know, oh, no, I say something. Matthias, are you okay with this? I mean, that looks just like what's happening to Killian's.
Just stop watching. It's fine.
Do you stop watching?
Nah, stop. I'm gonna stop the laser disc.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're not going to hear a protest from Gwen. I mean, she's just kind of looking downcast now that she's like remembering, or at least kind of thinking like how much fun we had when we did watch it as kids, and then like, oh, this is no, that's not right. It's but yeah, that is
Yeah.
how it was.
I'm sorry, guys. I just remembered we had so much fun watching this,
Yeah,
and I thought it'd be great to revisit. But yeah,
we didn't.
those guys weren't helping; they were just helping themselves.
I guess we've all kind of grown up.
Yeah,
Well, we don't have to, I mean, don't let this bum us out. I mean, we're here to celebrate the fact that, well, you don't have to work for a change. Um, so we can still have, we can still eat and visit. I mean,
Parents have some alcohol, intoxicants.
Yeah. So I think like you hear, well, like Claude goes into like another room and like rummages for a few minutes and comes out kind of covered in dust or just stuff and comes out with a half full bottle of, I don't know, uh, whatever it is. Um, is it Wookiee ale or something? I don't know.
is there a uh, complicated board game or something like that in the Star Wars universe that we were like, since we didn't remember the movie the right way, maybe we need to revisit this board game and then see if we're any better at it.
so there's like a chess equivalent and there's a
Mm,
cards equivalent. Um, I think we would sit down and we would play cards, sort of like poker. Uh,
okay.
and um, I think we're bad at it.
Yeah.
I think it's Sabak, right, Rich?
Yeah, yeah. There's a card game in Knights of the Old Republic, but Sabac's what everybody knows. Pazak was the one I was going to throw
Ah,
out, but we can play.
Pazak.
I
We can
mean,
play.
we might be playing either version wrong, right?
It
Exactly.
doesn't
Who
matter.
knows?
We're
Yeah.
intoxicated.
Yes,
We're
I am.
drinking this Wookiee ale, and we're just like, I don't remember if you can do that. I don't think
Do it
you.
now.
No, no.
No, it's Quell house rules, right? Quell, you go with this?
Yeah, I think you lose a hand, you gotta drink the glass, right? That's how I remember it when we were playing with with milk back in the day.
I don't think we felt like this with milk back in the day.
Oh, well,
I
you
don't.
said it. We're grown-ups now, so
Oh man.
drink up like a grown-up. Come on.
Ugh. I'm gonna fall asleep. Just letting you know. So don't steal my cards. Uh, And then she might lean back a little bit and then pass out because I think she's taken like one too many shots of the ale.
Yeah. I think I lean over and pick up the first card and say, Gwyn totally plays the five of stars, you know.
Nice. Good play. If only Gwen was as good as your version of Gwen, at this she might not lose.
This is her master plan, right? If she doesn't play the card, she can't be blamed, and if it wins, that was her master plan all along, right? Or something.
Yeah.
You're talking over her snoring body.
You think we all end up in that kind of state, or are we kind of, slowly drift away from this card game, which isn't half as fun as we remember either?
I imagine drifting away from the card game, especially with a sleeping ah, with a sleeping Gwen. Let's go out for a ride. Leave Gwen here. She's fine.
I mean, that sounds like a great idea to drunk teenagers, right? Into the speeder in the middle of the night, intoxicated.
Does
What could
Bond
possibly
hold
go wrong?
does Bond hold his liquor better than the other two?
Um, Bond hasn't been drinking as much.
Ah,
He's been holding back a little bit, trying to not make it obvious. So anytime someone looks, he'll take a drink, but he's trying to, he's trying to stay a little bit sober. So when you say, but he's not, right? He just thinks maybe he can do better. So when you're like, oh, let's go for a ride, anything to get away from the alcohol, right? So they hop in the speeder, and I think they head towards the canyon, and that's where he kind of wrecks it.
shit.
I think everyone's okay, but like the speeder's kind of messed up.
How far away is the canyon?
Did you go out to Beggar's Canyon? Is that where
Oh
we end up?
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no. How far away is it? Do you have to I don't know.
Oh, it's not about being far. It's the fact that there are sand people around here.
Oh shit. Oh, way to get in trouble and drunk.
Yeah. I guess we could. I don't know. Do we like close off the scene there and see what the next promises are?
Yes, we
Yes.
should. We should. Oh my god. That's so
When
funny.
when Gwyn wakes up, I'll save your lives from the Sun People is not a promise I expect to see
No.
in it, but
I mean, oh my god.
wow. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, on the board, I think the 7 and the 8 might be your cards, Rich.
Oh, I'm supposed to. What am I supposed to do with them?
So the one you didn't fulfill goes up into your personal deck of promises up above, and then the one
Okay.
you did just goes into your hand.
Okay.
If it's a group card though, is it one that
Oh,
goes
sorry.
into the decks?
Yeah, sorry. The if you didn't fulfill the group card, it goes into the group decks of promises because anyone can fulfill
Well,
that.
fulfill it, so I have to leave early. Is that a? I don't understand.
Yeah, so
That's
that
not
goes into your hand. Your
okay.
yeah.
Okay. I feel like held like none of that makes a whole lot of sense. But you can keep explaining it to me.
Going into your hand is just a get it off the table thing. It's
Mhm.
it's not really relevant. It's just kind of clearing the table.
Okay,
Uh,
that makes more
okay.
sense. I kept
Yeah.
thinking, am I building a deck to tell the ultimate future in some other table? But it's just
No,
this
no,
is
no.
I think what I see from this is that we can all see kind of what's on the table,
Mhm.
and those are the options we have. Either what's on your, in front of you or in the group of promises.
Yeah. So
Yep.
like what
Yeah.
if you draw two cards, you can fulfill either of those, but also anything that's in your personal deck or the group's deck already. So
I guess it just depends on how many scenes you want to pull out at any
Yeah.
given turn. Sorry.
Um,
Get some
yeah,
water,
we're
girl.
never going to be able to fulfill all the promises.
No.
That's that's the thing.
We're breaking them. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, so Matt, yeah,
Okay.
let's draw a couple of cards.
Ooh, have to play spades. Give me a second. What's this one? 3-0 spades. News. You have to attend an event in town for your future. Uh-oh. I think this is a... what the hell they call them? It's like, I think, a consortium of some sort. Like, because some offers have already gone to Gwyn, I think maybe this is like a consortium that's come through. But it's kind of like a hidden event because, I mean, she don't want to work for the Empire, but I mean, who the hell knows, right? I mean, it's just like kind of like a privatized group that is working on different kinds of research. Um, Again, highly classified. What's the parts one? I think that one's a group thing. Jack. I'll confess that secret. Uh-oh. Oh, man. I don't know which... I have to play the spade one, though, right? Fuck. Oh, because that confess that secret's kind of cool.
But yeah, is this a promise you're making but not fulfilling, right? That's the
Yeah.
hang fire here.
All right. Well, I gotta do the all right. I'm gonna put the the Jack of Hearts into my personal deck, and then 3-0 spades. So yeah, the consortium. I let you all know about it. That here's this big event that has to do with one of the companies or whatever that has, you know, asked me to do research for them. I mean, it's like kind of what I do. It's like being able to figure out where to search for things. And someone related to your future, and they offer the group some advice. Maybe I'm able to have guests, you know, and I don't want to go by myself. I mean, like, you know, for something like this, it's important. But again, I can't imagine like not having you guys there. And then maybe like Matthias, like you're already kind of there on the spot already because they've asked you to do like they've asked Killian to do catering. So I
Oh,
think
we
you're
definitely
already,
need the money. They don't know how much trouble we're in, I guess, and that's why they asked
yeah,
us to cater.
yeah. So yeah, pardon. You're there on the spot, and I think it's some sort of, I don't know, like they present themselves like they're a governor of some sort, but I mean they're not. I don't know what what that translates to in terms of a corporate presence in the Star Wars universe, but yeah, I mean I think, and it's a localized event because I mean like, you know, it's not just me, but maybe like a couple of other people that are working on the same type of things. And ooh, maybe it's this important personage is like kind of like the corporate cover, but behind the scenes it's like maybe Bond, you know them as a contact for the rebellion. And maybe that's why they speak to us as a group, like, you know, to just impress upon us that even though it's like we're, you know, just part of the bigger picture, we still can play an important part where we are or out there, you know? So
Important
maybe
part for
that's...
I'm really confused. Important part for what? Are they some kind of rebellion recruitment? Are they
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like it's some kind of like rebellion recruitment, even though they come off as like a general general corporate event that, you know, does privatized research or something like that. So yeah, they come off as a recruiter, but not necessarily outwardly saying, "Hey, we're part of the rebellion," you know, we're working against the Imperial Masters, that kind of thing. So yeah,
But I guess for the rest of us, we see the facade as presented, but Bond like recognizes someone or like something that's said like behind the scenes that
yeah,
shows him who these people really are.
Yeah. So,
He's read the literature.
and
Um,
yeah.
so I think you see me. So I think Gwen, you're busy, presenting,
Mhm.
and I'm talking to like it's sort of like one of the roadies, one of the people who helped set up the stage and that kind of stuff. And um, I'm off, and it's like I'm there. There are furtive glances, and the rest of you can tell, you look around, you see me, but I'm like trying to. This is what I act like whenever, you know, I've got a crush on someone and I don't want anyone to know, right? I'm keep trying to keep it secret, but it all just shows through.
Does your does your antenna have like some sort of like little jaunty like while you're paying attention
Yeah,
kind of
I
thing?
think they quiver. They actually
Oh
move back
man.
and forth a little bit, like I'm really excited. Yeah.
Shit.
And, I'm talking to this person and, we keep looking around and, you know, I think I I think I catch Gwen looking at me. Like, and I stop for a second and then I real quickly leave and I walk up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean like I've finished presenting, but then I've come down, gotten like the requisite like drink off the tray kind of thing, and kind of like just wait for you to come over. What was that all about?
Um,
It
it's an
wasn't
old
my
friend.
it wasn't my speech. I know that.
Yeah. Well, it's not like I haven't heard it before, but no, that was somebody um I know that um well they're talking about getting me a job and I might be able to help out with this, you know, as we leave. As this place leaves and they won't take me now, but um maybe they'll take me later.
Okay. Okay. I mean, this is to present all the research that's being done, and yeah, they've offered me a job. I I can yeah, I can go in a little bit, but yeah, they just wanted to make sure that we had a public forum to present and show what we'd be working on in the future. But I think this is just the stepping stone. This isn't the end. This is, I mean, what I'm looking into is just ways to start it, right? Ways to be able to find out things that are not in the obvious public sphere. I can search for things using my uh, research and be a help in that way. They won't tell me what else I'd be looking into, but I mean, that's just part of the job. Um, yeah, I mean that's wonderful. I mean, like, I'm glad that they're able to give you an opportunity, but where would where would you go?
Well, it sounds like if you're gonna join this group as well, we'd be going together. And yeah, um, you know, I don't know. Let's talk to Matthias and Quell and see if maybe they can join and we can all stick together.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. Um, let's go find them.
Would you be up in center, Matthias, helping with the catering, or would you be like overseeing the things?
Uh, I like the idea of him overseeing things. Yeah. You haven't seen his sisters or his family. He's the only family member who's here.
I think we come up to you, maybe like you're in the back or whatever, overseeing the bringing in and out of things. And I think, Gwen will go to you and say, it's like, this has been a wonderful spread. I mean, this is great. How you doing?
It could be better. But don't worry about it. Your speech was great. It was way better than the preview.
Thanks. Been trying to get better. um, have you seen Quell? I thought she was coming.
Hmm. Have I seen? I don't want to dictate. Is Quell working? Is Quell on her
Um,
way?
yeah, I think showed up maybe a little bit late,
Mhm.
but caught Gwyn's presentation and is currently trying to find something to eat, maybe behind the scenes. So she'll appear, right?
Okay.
She's right there. She saw your speech. It's fine.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was a little bit worried. That's why I wanted you guys there. I didn't want to be alone.
You are.
No, it was great. Um, I think Quell is, like this is an important event, so dressed up, but maybe doesn't have anything like recent to dress up the spec in. So maybe it's like something that's a little bit old, or actually maybe something from her parents that's definitely old-fashioned, but is formal. So
Right.
it works, but it's obviously like from a bygone era.
Yeah, I don't think it matters though, because I mean, I think even Gwen will pick it out and say it's like, you look wonderful. I mean, like better than that one woman over there, and it's like it's one of the local, you know, um, how to say, like more well-to-do citizens perhaps, and like she's got like decorations on her that like not only is it old-fashioned looking wear, but I mean maybe it's also like where she's got a lot of ostentatious things just to look more important than she actually is. Um,
Coruscant fashion.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. And it's like at least I mean,
You can say it. At least I showed up.
no, no, no. I mean, believe me, I'm very glad you showed up. But I wouldn't worry about what you're wearing. I mean, like you couldn't compete. Nobody can compete with what she's wearing over there, like indicating the woman with all the brooches and stuff, you know, showing off in weird places on her robes. But
But no,
yeah,
these people seem pretty professional. Like you're gonna get a proper job out of this. Get out of here.
yeah. I mean, maybe, just maybe. I mean, that that personage over there was talking with Bon and offered a job. Maybe there's something that they can offer you. If you want to leave.
I mean, unless they're offering to like buy us out or buy us a droid or something. Yeah, I'm not. No, no, I'm happy that you have something to look forward to and Bond too. Like that is great. And it's I don't want to drag you down.
Not dragging me down. I mean, I'd like to see us all rise up and, you know, be more, I guess. I mean, if you want to be, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to sound like I'm, you know, all that, I guess.
Someone's got to be here so that when you return rich and famous, you've got someone to host and make fun of you for the old things you used to do
That's
before you got rich
Matthias.
and famous.
That's Matthias's job. Yeah,
But he's going to be on his asteroid restaurant, right?
that's true. That's
So
true.
yeah,
Does Bond talk with Matthias about any of his prospects with this with this mysterious personage?
So Bond talks to Matthias and says, there's a undercurrent of recruitment going on, um, with this group here, and they might be able to help us the next time they come through get off planet, and maybe they could help set you up. They always need people who can help feed the troops, as it were. You know,
And maybe they do. Are they just supporters? What do they do?
they do shows all around the place. And the undercurrent I get here is that Bond is trying to hint at you without saying anything, and I'm not sure if Matthias gets it or not because it's so subtle. It's like shows, and you know, we have things to do to feed the troops, and yeah. Is that something? Is that kind of set up something you'd think you'd join in? I know you've had problems with the authorities, or your family has, and maybe this would be a good chance for you to do something about that.
Yeah, maybe. Um, yeah. See what they need. They do any shows around Narkina 5?
I'm sure they can do something. Um, I don't know that we get much choice about where we go.
That's where my mom was sent. So
Oh. Well, maybe we could visit her on shore leave.
yeah,
I I'd go with you.
they didn't really talk anything about visitation, but yeah, maybe.
Just a note about the prompt. It says that this important person related to Gwen's future offers the group some advice. So, I mean, like, it could be like a group thing, or it could be like an individual thing, like for each of the people. Obviously they've talked with Bond and they've spoken with Gwen, but what does this particular person tell you, Matthias, and you, Quell?
Well, who's the person? And
Again, I don't have a name, but I mean, like, it's like somebody who looks like a governor, but like, kind of gives off the impression of like more of a
well, let's give them a name.
okay. Uh,
Got a little names of species helper. You could
okay, that's true. Let's
grab a
see.
pick. We could just like it just helps me understand how to interpret the prompt if we've got things to hang it on to.
Let's like say like they're a Marillan, and
Okay.
their name is Asune.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And so again, comes up to each of you, like in their very stately um, robe uniform, and is the overseer of the event. Perhaps comes up to you, Matthias, and gives you and compliments you on the arrangements and the catering. Um, but maybe gives you a bit of a hint on terms of whatever help they can possibly give.
Like, uh, maybe Asune happens to know about the Killian
Hmm.
family and
Yeah.
mentions something along the lines of the shackling of people and some of the imperial overreach. It's a little bit of a recruitment, but again, it seems like things are really subtle. So
Yeah. And what do they say to you, Quell? What does Asune?
Yeah, I think maybe they arrive at the buffet table as Quell is kind of choosing what to eat, and they say something like, "Oh, I hear you're not able to join your friends," and you know, I kind of nod in that way that Asune takes as, I am committed to my non-participation in this, even if I don't like it. And they say something that, like, very kind of, I don't know, force-wise, like, "Oh, you must do what you think is best," something that maybe Quell takes as just increasing the guilt for what she feels she has to do, even if she doesn't like it. Maybe the kind of people who are ready to jump on board with the rebellion take that as a blank check to just run away and do what they think is best. But Quell doesn't take it that way. Uh, but maybe as a slight needle that just enhances her guilt for not going with her friends. Yeah, yeah.
But I think, I mean, like, I think Asune will in their way, will make an offer to each person, of course, and however it's taken is taken. And then the consortium event ends, and applause and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, like, I think, yeah, Gwen is definitely looking forward to, um, yeah, to her opportunity in the future, whenever that is.
So I'm wondering. I know we went well over the hour. Can we take a quick break? Okay, so Stephen, why don't you draw a couple of cards and let's see where we're at.
oh wait, I thought we were juggling
Rich.
order.
Sorry, Rich. Yeah, yeah. Sorry,
It's okay.
my brain didn't catch up.
All good. So drawing two cards, a
Yeah.
nine of hearts and an eight of clubs. And then I also have in my personal deck of promises an eight of diamonds. So let me figure out what the nine of hearts is real
Are
quick.
you've gone very low for me, Rich. I can
Have
barely hear
I?
you.
Oh, is it any better if I
Yeah,
move my mic closer
yeah.
to my mouth like the way that it should happen? Yeah, okay, there. All right, so a nine of hearts and an eight of clubs. The nine of hearts is, oh Lord. Nine of hearts is we'll be there to cheer you up no matter what. Get into a fight with your parents or guardian. Okay. And the eight of clubs is we'll check out that garage sale near your house. Okay. Don't love either of them, but okay. We'll figure something out. Um,
You can also play one of the group deck ones, right? Or your personal deck.
yeah, eight of diamonds.
Oh,
What
you're
is
on mute, Donna.
Yeah, you can take either of those two cards that are showing on your personal deck or the group deck instead of the two you drew.
Okay, so 4 of diamonds is we'll check out the festivals in town. That's way more interesting. Okay, so I will do the we'll check out the festivals in town, which yeah, I guess is the one that Mads had pulled earlier.
That's okay. I checked it, so we're good to go if you want to activate that.
Okay, we'll check out the festivals in town. Is you all go to a festival, but it gets shut down by rain. You have to take cover in a store or building downtown. What do you pick? How do you salvage the night in the place you took shelter? Describe a time you relied on a friend, but they let you down. Hmm.
It's got to
So
be
this
I
a
is
dust storm, right?
Oh, is it a dust storm rather than rain?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
I
best
like
is
the
right.
idea of it being some kind of pro-imperial festival takeover. Like, oh, this was a small quaint festival, and money has come in with a bunch of Imperials trying to make it bigger than it is and warping the meaning of it to something pro Palpatine. Does that
Yeah.
work for folks?
Yeah.
was this kind of a graduation ceremony where we were all going to get our chain codes?
Oh, I like that. That's hilarious and awful. That's great. Yeah, yeah. So, a terrible sandstorm comes through, and a bunch of things get knocked over, tarps flying all over, people hunker down. Where is it that we end up? We end up, according to this, at a store or a building. Something interesting for us to be hunkered down during a major sandstorm where the electricity is probably not very strong and flickering. And
Would this be a warehouse that Matthias's family would have supplies, or
I kind of like the idea of it not just being the 4 of our characters hunkered down in a place.
okay?
What if
Maybe
this
not
is
a
a seedy
restaurant.
bar
Ah,
that we normally wouldn't be allowed in?
Ooh, nice.
But given we're now like full adults,
yeah,
Yeah,
chain codes and everything.
yeah,
nice.
Is this the Mos Eisley Cantina?
Oh my God.
Or something close enough, right? This
I
is
let's go full. If we're gonna say Tatooine, let's hit all the heights. We're the
yeah.
Mos Eisley Cantina. So I sorry if you guys will indulge that.
Yeah.
What movie are we in? Is this after New Hope? Or that's all I need to know. I don't, as long as we say, are we pre New Hope or are we after New Hope?
I think we're during New Hope. So like, you know, that ship just took off, but we don't know anything about like who cares. It seems like there's a lot
So there's
more.
still a blaster in one of the little
Yeah.
booth areas. There's still a
Yeah.
huge blaster shaped hole on either side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
They
from a
haven't had a
bad
chance to
shot,
fix it.
one with blood and viscera attached to it, the Rhodian style.
And in the restroom, someone has scrawled on a bathroom door, Greedo shot first.
Oh my God, yes.
Love
That's
it.
great. Which in the latest
Obviously, he
version he
didn't.
has.
You know,
Who knows?
let
Obviously
me
did
nail my
not.
colors to the mast.
Sweet. So yeah, we pick up with Matthias riding McClunky underneath that, and no, yeah. So we have to huddle in. Oh yeah, they still have that very dour looking kind of square shaped human bartender, the one who tells you we don't serve your kind here, the droid. Um, Lots and lots of weird aliens, wolfmen, and it's like maybe there was a costume shop that they raided, and these are all aliens in Star Wars. That's my favorite part of the cantina.
And I mean, I think I don't like being here because like when someone said let's go to the cantina, we all knew exactly what was meant, and I said, oh, but there's another place that isn't quite as dangerous closer, and like everyone else kept walking, and I just follow.
Oh, Quell. uh, that's okay. It's like
Did you hear
Gwyn's
what
rel
happened here, like 2 days ago?
but that was 2 days ago. It'll be fine. I mean, like, and I think Gwyn actually like hooks her arm in yours, like, just to make sure that you're not gonna run away or stop. It's like, come on. If we go together, it'll be fine.
Someone got their arm chopped off, and then someone got shot in a booth.
We just won't go into that booth then. Just come on. Look, Bon and Matthias are going. Like, let's just go. Come on. We'll spend time. Come on, we'll spend time together. It's fine.
I'm walking, ain't I?
Yeah, because I've got you. Let's go.
Cool. So we end up at the cantina. Um, and our next set is how do we salvage the night in the place you took shelter?
Oh, I pull out the sabacc cards
I knew.
um, from before, but they're missing a couple of cards, and I think we sat down in like a corner booth and we start to play, and it draws some attention from the other patrons. Like they're watching us play this game very wrong.
Wait, are we drunk yet or what?
Oh no, no. I'm not touching that stuff.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, Gwen, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that Wookiee ale this time. I'm just gonna have some, I don't know, Ardies, right? That's the fermented bantha stuff.
I,
I just
mm,
can't imagine that being in any way tasty. That's
Oh
awesome.
no, but my strategy is I won't drink very much of it because it tastes so horrible.
I mean, like, I think Gwen will like sniff your drink and go, "Are you sure about this?" Ooh.
I will take some lum. Thank you very much.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
Gwen may like ask to sample like, a couple of the drinks because she does not want to have the ale and risks falling asleep again. You guys are just gonna take my cards again. I know you are. It's fine. So, then how bad do we play? I mean,
Um, let's keep going. So we salvage the night by playing cards, and it says describe a time you relied on a friend but they let you down. Is that going rounds or is that the person
I
that
think
played
it's
it?
just, yeah, I think it's just you, Rich.
Hmm.
It doesn't say all players like some of the other prompts. So yeah.
Okay. Hmm. I assume it means one of the other members of the group. So
Yeah.
Bond, Gwen, or Quell. And I'm describing a time I relied on them, but they let me down. Hmm. Yeah, I think after a few cups of lum, Bond plays a card and Matthias gets a little upset, ostensibly about the cards, but then it quickly devolves into you, you said that they could help me with Narkina 5, and nothing's happened. Bond, I don't even know if my mom was sent there or what. Sisters have gone off world now. Father's closed up shop. I really needed your help. You're the one who talked all rebellion. But you're still here.
I mean, you have to be patient. I mean, they're not going to take us yet, and they're going to need us. They're going to need us, and we're still going to be able to go. I mean, I'm sorry it didn't work on your table, but what do you want?
Get my mom out of wherever imperial hole they stuck her in.
Oh, you want to get her out? That's a different story.
I thought we were on
Um,
the same page, Bon. You
I
think I
I
really
thought,
just wanted to visit her and then leave without her?
yeah, yeah. I thought we wanted the things that happened to your mom not to happen to other people, but I mean, how how would you
That's
break
what
her out of
the
prison?
rebellion was about, was freeing people.
Well, yeah, but freeing everyone, not just one person. How do you?
My mom's part of everyone, Bon.
I don't know how that would work. What did you have planned?
Thought your stupid science troop was actually doing stuff, Gwen. They talked the talk. I heard what they were saying.
They have to do things more in secret rather than out and out. That's why things are classified. It takes time to move. And you're talking about breaking someone out of an imperial camp. That definitely would take a lot more time than you are allowing.
Okay. Well, there are a lot of scum around here. Just hire somebody.
If this rebellion can't like do a prison break, then like how do they expect to defeat the Empire in any meaningful way?
Yes, listen to Quell. Start small. No platitudes. Do stuff. Can't believe I'm stuck here.
Gwen's going to, like, want to say something, and she's not sure she should, but she's just going to spit it out. She's going to, especially because she's imbibed a little bit of lum, a little bit of whatever the hell weirdness that uh, Quell
I
had,
think
and
I think it goes Lum before RDs, you're in the clear. RDs before Lum, you're gonna be scum. I think that's how it goes.
well, she fucked up and she did it the scum way. So anyway, yeah, I think like she's trying not hard not to say something, but then she does anyway because it's like the alcohol's talking, and she says it's like I have my marching orders in a week. I'm leaving.
Right? You always wanted off this place anyway.
I know. I'm not deserting, guys. I mean, this this had been planned for a bit. They really want me to get started.
Well, good. can't do anything till you got started. Unless talking's all your consortium does,
No,
then you
no.
do plenty of that.
I'll look into the. I'll look into where your mom's at. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. That scene.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Stephen, I guess. Bon is
Yeah.
up next.
Okay. Let me pull out a couple of cards. I have the Ace of Diamonds and the Three of Diamonds.
Comes back to food.
So it's a potluck together. We'll do a potluck together, or I'll take you all to the lake near town. Um, let's, I think I'm going to do the potluck. And I pull that up there. And the potluck, um, um, I think this is actually, so Matthias, has your restaurant been shut down?
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff has been sold off. I think this is at Quell's parents' house, and it's kind of a going away party, for Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the prompts are, um, what do you bring? All players decide what they bring. And then the other prompts are someone is a complete jerk to one of your friends. Oh, this says it's at a park. Um, there's a good place. I think this is just outside. I think this is outside in the evenings. The suns have set, so we're not baking, and there's a big tent set up outside, to kind of give us some shade and keep everything a little bit cooler even after the night hits. Um, and there's big lights, big floodlights that have been set up so that we can see. And it says someone at the park is a complete jerk to one of your friends. Which one, and what do you do to help them? And then describe a time that a friend stood up for you before. Okay, so we all decide on what we bring.
I think because Gwen's a bit lazy, I think she just brings like, stuff that's like packaged and just has to be, dumped in a bowl or something like that. Um, or beverages, like, she'll bring like beverages, things that she doesn't have to prepare or what have you.
I think Quell brings along some kind of, I don't know, smoked meat or something, but it's like smoked in the desert, right? It's kind of almost baked instead of smoked, right? For maybe a month or something, and maybe that's like a side hustle that the shards have, because we've got nothing but daylight out here. So yeah, I think a big platter of that.
I think Killian's what was mostly the bantha steaks and burgers and the um, puff pig smoked. They also had a a sweet pastry of some kind, and he happened to have saved a bunch of the um they're called spice rolls. There we go.
And is this the last of the supplies from your
Yeah, it's the last.
restaurant?
Wow.
And I think that Bond brings it's kind of street food. It's you can see it in the movie. It's like it looks like lizards or frogs like on a long kebab stick.
Skewers.
Yeah, and they've been, cooked over an open fire, so they're a little bit charred, but they're crunchy but soft inside. Um, and it's not a delicacy. It's something that you just get on the street. And yeah. Um, so someone at the park is a complete jerk to one of your friends. Um, who would this be? Um,
This would have to be an NPC. I mean, I can't
yeah.
imagine one of us
An
being.
imperial of some kind.
Ooh.
Um, what NPCs have we introduced so far? There's Asune.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. There was that. There were stormtroopers who took the meat at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
restaurant.
I think this is Asune, and Asune is attending this party, Gwen, and you're going to leave right after this.
Right.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think he tells Matthias, "We'll be ready for you whenever we're ready for you. Don't push this."
Does like Matthias try to raise the issue with Asune, or is
Yeah,
Asune has heard about it and just says shuts him down?
I like the idea. She's heard he's making noise, and she's trying to shut him down for his own good, but he's headstrong about it. I like that.
And I
Uh,
think
yeah, I think he just straight up calls her. You talk a big talk because it makes you feel good, but you're not actually doing anything. I haven't seen anything but words.
and Asune, I think both of you are raising your voices, and um, Bond sees. I see that people are starting to glance over towards you, like they're a little bit uncomfortable, and I rush over and I'm like, "Listen, you know, let's take care of this here and now." And I pull both of you aside outside of the tent so the lights aren't shining down, like a spotlight. And we step outside and I'm like, "Okay, so Asune, I assume you have transportation out of here. Do you have space for two more on that vessel? Because Matthias, you can leave today, can't you?"
Yeah,
So Donna, do you think Asuna has space for us?
Yeah, I mean, to me it makes sense. There's always room to squeeze on unless it's like a single seat fighter or something like that. But yeah,
Oh, let's say there's space for one and not both of us. Um, and I tell Matthias, you have business you need to take care of soon. I'll give up my seat for you, and you can go. I'll I'll get there eventually.
you really mean it?
I know how important this is to you.
You've talked about it For forever.
I can talk about it for a little while longer. I mean, I still expect that whenever I get up there, you'll have the Killian Cantina ready for me. But
Yeah. Yeah. A free blue milk waiting for you. Fine.
yeah, I got you. Thank you.
A quick hug and then okay, Sune, let's go.
And
Enough talk.
the next prompt, was there anything else in that scene?
I didn't have anything.
Um, the next prompt is describe a time that a friend stood up for you before. And I think um there was a time whenever I got into a scuffle. The families had kind of gone off whenever we were really small. We must have been 6 or 7. And the families had gone off to a big celebration. There was a big race that was happening. And after the race, I got in a fight. And this one kid just kept trying to show off, and I thought he was too big for his britches, and I just punched him. And Matthias pulled me off and said he's not worth it, and we slunk back into the crowd. Um, and if Matthias hadn't done that, you know, I might not still be around. Might have been in jail for some time, and I couldn't have afforded that.
So I think that is the end of us spending time together. So the last phase of the game is broken promises. When the time comes for you and your friends to part ways, it's time to remember all the promises you made. So maybe we can quickly read all of the promises that either we made together or each of us made separately, like to each other, to one another, that we didn't make, that we didn't get a chance to do. And then after that, we choose a promise or just make up one last promise that we want to make to our friends, even if we can't keep it. So I'll start reading the promises that I have that we didn't get a chance to fulfill, and then we just go around the table and then we do our final promises. I never had that birthday with you all, and we didn't really get to help each other chase our dreams, no matter where they take us.
I think I only had the one, which is I'll confess that secret, whatever that one secret was, to one friend, I believe.
And mine is I'll cook for everyone, and I'll take you all to the lake near town.
My promises were we'll all go to the beach together. Uh, we'll be here to cheer you up no matter what, and we'll check out that garage sale near your house.
And I don't know if we want to like role play this scene at like the starport or whatever it is, but I think I will start with my kind of final promise. Um, I'm not sure if, yeah, maybe this is kind of to everyone separately, but it'll be something like, saying goodbye, handing over that extra bag or whatever it is at the starport, and saying, I'll be here if you ever need to come back.
Hold on. I think for mine,
Yeah, I have
confess
enough
that
sleep.
secret, maybe, maybe, you know, Gwyn is taken off to the research facility and such, and then maybe, you know, Bond will find a way, you know, around the same place, around to the same compound eventually, and, she'll say she has a secret to impart to you, but then, like, stuff starts happening, and I don't think it ever happens. I think you go off and um, fight the good fight, and then she's maybe one of the people in, and you can tell me if I'm completely wrong on this, but maybe she's one of the researchers that discovers like the schematics for, you know, some of the weapons or the Death Stars or whatever. And then, like, it's like always trying to find the weaknesses and such. But our
The name of
paths
that
don't really cross ever again. So
the name of that project is like codename Boffins, right?
something ridiculous, right? So
And I think that Bothan is actually an acronym, and the T in Terith in your last name is the T in Bothan, right?
oh
The,
my
the name
god.
of the 5 scientists working on the
Oh my
decoding. Yeah.
god. Oh no. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Um, so my promises are, I think I'm gonna check off. I'll cook for everyone. This is sort of like an epilogue, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think this is a long time in the future, maybe a few years, and I think Gwen and Matthias are coming through a cafeteria, and my promise is I'll cook for everyone. And I think as you come through, um, I think Bond is serving in the cafeteria and is providing. I think as Gwen and Matthias come through, like the little line, he pulls out the meat and pulls out the little sauce and all that kind of stuff and dumps it out, and then recognizes the two of you. And we all go sit down at a table, and I get some of the stuff, and I think I limp. Um, my leg's been hurt, um, and I kind of grin at the two of you, like, these things happen, and we sit down, and then we all raise our glasses and say, "To Quell,"
It's a quell.
because I couldn't, I couldn't cook for everyone.
Here, which do we have you on audio?
If not, I think we can skip. Yeah.
Check how long we can wait. I'm not even sure where where on the drive which is. So let's. I think we can close it there.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I'll stop the recording and then maybe we can do a quick debrief.